It's always fun in Football Manager when you find a Wonderkid that not many people know about, and today we're going to try and give you a full team of those. We'll be focusing on Wonderkids from obscure nations that people won't usually go to find Wonderkids, some of which they're the only Wonderkid from that nation in all of Football Manager. So we've got some great players to show you today, some of varying levels of ability, some for low-level teams, some for the highest level, all different price points, so hopefully there'll be something for everyone. And of course, no team is complete without a goalkeeper, so we start off with a Jamaican Wonderkid, and it is Reading's Conor Boyce-Clarke, who is actually someone that I've used myself on one of my own rebuilds, and he went on to be one of the world's best. I think Manchester United bought him or something like that. So if you can develop him and give him game time, he can turn in to a top level talent. And he's also one of the best goalkeepers at Reading, who are in the third division of English football now, I believe. So there's a good chance they will actually use him and he will develop into a top talent. He's not the most exciting pick of this whole team, but of course you've got to have a goalkeeper. So if you're looking for a different Wonderkid keeper than normal, check out Conor Boyce-Clarke, age 20, for a few million quid. Sometimes you can get him for 2 or 3 million. Give him a chance and you'll see him grow into an elite level keeper. Cyprus isn't normally a place where you'll find many a Wonderkid, but there's a very good one in this year's FM. It is Stavros Andreou, who plays for Charleroi, who are a team out in Belgium. Now the 20-year-old Cypriot international is wanted at the start of this season by AC Milan, so clearly he has got a lot of ability. Whether he'd start for them is another question, but he is a regular starter for his side, and usually he will develop into a pretty good level defender. Would he play for Man City, Barcelona, Real Madrid? Probably not, but a mid-table Premier League team, once he's developed a little bit, he will slot right into. 6'2", really well-rounded physically, fairly quick, pretty strong, good in the air as well, agile, with some very nice mental attributes to go alongside that. Not the best ball-playing defender that you'll ever see, 10 passing isn't great, but he has got 11 tackling, 14 marking, good positioning as well at 12, so he's going to be a very strong defensive option. If you partner him with maybe someone that's a little more progressive in their play, you could get some great results out of him, and for about 15 million, it is pretty expensive for the player you're getting, but I have seen him available for a lot less than that, so scout him, see how he gets on, and he could be a very good centre-back for you. Australia have been producing the odd Wonderkid in FM in recent years, and whilst the highlight this year is probably Nestoroi Irankunda, who's making his move from Adelaide United to Bayern Munich, there's a very good player playing in the Italian divisions for second division side Parma, and this is Alessandro Circati here, who has recently joined Parma from Perth Glory. He's a 6'3" centre-back available for about £1 million, and he is already a regular starter in the second division. Like we had with the defender from Cyprus, he's got really well-rounded physical attributes, not too slow, not weak, and not bad in the air. He's good in all of those areas, not too stand out in any of them, mind you, but he does the job in all of those aspects of the game, and at the age of 19 he's got plenty of years yet to develop and become a better player in those areas. Again, not the best ball player, but good marking, very good long throws as well if you want to use him maybe as a fullback, although I wouldn't really suggest it with his other attributes, but he has got a good heading ability, tackling ability is there, good positioning. In terms of out and out defending, he has definitely got it in the locker. That is what they'll look for in the Italian divisions, and if Parma get promoted and he keeps getting game time, you might see him become a very good level defender in your save in no time really. Now Bayern Munich have had success in the past by signing Canadian fullbacks slash wingers that they then developed into elite talents like Alphonso Davies, who they got, and now it looks like they're interested here in an end of contract signing for Jahkeele Marshall-Rutty, who has been playing for Toronto FC for his career. He is now 19 years of age, an under 20 Canadian international, valued at about £2 million, but like it says here, end of contract deal with Bayern Munich. You can go ahead and approach to sign him should you want to and offer him a contract outright. Of course, you'll have to pay compensation that way, but if you're looking for a player that can play on the wing or at fullback, which I think, by the way, would be his best position, then Marshall-Rutty could be a good option. Do I think if he went to Bayern he'd ever play? No, I don't think he would. They're probably signing him to sell him on for a profit, but he's got decent attributes down that right-hand side. Not often you do see Canadian Wonderkids, so definitely worth taking a look at him. Not the best on the list, but an interesting player, very versatile, and someone that you might not have heard of before. Before we get into the other 7 players on this team though, don't forget to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button if you do enjoy this content. It really helps us on the YouTube side of things, getting these videos out to more people. You really can't underestimate the help that gives a YouTube video by hitting the like button, and make sure you comment down below your favourite obscure Wonderkid from this year's Football Manager. Also, if you want to check out me and more of my content, you can find that linked in the description. I have my own channel, more entertainment style than it is informative, like we do here on FM Scout. We do some Football Manager rebuilds, as well as YouTube shorts thoughts about Wonderkids you might not have heard of. So if you enjoy this kind of video, there's a good chance you'll enjoy what we have over there. But let's get back to our defenders, where we've got one more player to look at, and that is Ecuadorian João Collazo here, who plays for Emelec out in, of course, Ecuador. Now, obviously, Ecuador have had some recent successes in terms of Wonderkids, Kendry Paez being one, Caicedo being another. Maybe a centre-back is the next one coming through, though, with great physical ability, 6'4", fantastic jumping reach, a left-footed defender as well. Yes, again, not the best ball player, so if you're after one of those, he wouldn't be the man for you. He is only 17, so he's got loads of years yet to get better, already a regular starter at his club, so if you don't sign him in Season 1 for about £1 million, he will play football, he will develop, and there's a good chance he could become a very high-level defender. All of these players have Wonderkid potential, some more than others, but all of them have at the very least a potential range of 130 to 160, meaning when you load up your save, if the dice is rolled right, these players could turn into absolute stars. Of course, scout them, check them out before you spend your money on them, but there's a good chance all of these will be worth their initial investment. A little bit more obscure than an Ecuadorian Wonderkid is a South African one. You don't often get many of those, and we have the attacking midfielder Luphumlo Khembe, who plays for Cape Town City in the South African divisions. Apologies if I butchered the pronunciation of his name, but he is a quick number 10 with 14 acceleration and 14 pace, as well as great first touch, passing, technique, and decent vision as well. His finishing is at a high level, as is his flair and decision making. If you're looking for a shadow striker, a young one with plenty of room to get better for an absolute bargain fee, he could be someone to go for. He's on a youth contract, so you can go straight ahead and offer him a deal. If you do pay outright for him, you'll be looking at about £200,000 for this player, who has a lot of promise and will easily make you your money back tenfold. It's a similar case for Chilean Vicente Pizarro, and whilst we have had some Chilean Wonderkids in the past in FM, and there are a few this year, I wanted to point him out so we have a bit more of a higher quality player in this list as well, because he is a 20-year-old with great ability, playing for Colo-Colo, an important player for one of the biggest sides in Chile. He's going to cost you 3 or 4 million, is wanted by PSG, Liverpool, Bournemouth and Sheffield United here, so clearly can play at a very high level. I've seen him develop into a 50, 60 million pound player in some of the rebuilds I've done on my channel, so I can vouch for this guy that he will be top draw should you sign him. Like I say, Chile, not the most obscure nation, but in terms of midfield Wonderkids, a lot of them do usually come from the same nations, your top 5 in Europe. If you're talking South America, usually Argentina and Brazil, so to have someone from Chile of this level of quality is very exciting and definitely one to check out if you're a more elite level club. But for any level of club, this is a player that you could pick up, providing he is in your database, because you will have to have a pretty large database to have him in there. It's Prince Ndlovu of Highlanders FC, who I believe was in the game last year as well in FM23 as a bargain option. The 17-year-old is available for absolutely nothing, no fee at all. If you pick him up from the Zimbabwean divisions, yes, you're not going to get a world-class player, but you can see he does have some very strong attributes in certain areas straight away, and at 17 he's got loads of time to develop. If you move into a club where he's going to have better facilities, better coaching, you'll soon see him start building up that current ability, getting closer to his potential, and he will be a 10, 15 million pound player at minimum if you really give him a chance to grow and develop at your club. Another South American side that does produce some good youngsters but isn't as known for it as some of the other nations is Venezuela, and they have got David Martínez this year as one of their shining lights. We've done a whole Wonderkid to Superstar about him, called him the 500k Salah, a right-sided player, good with his left foot, who's going to cut in and score you goals. He can also play on the left or through the middle should you want him to, and he's only going to cost you £500,000 or so, and that's from Venezuelan side Monagas SC. If he was playing for a much bigger club, his valuation would be a lot higher. Very good technically, great mentally and physically as well for a player of only 17. By the time he's 19, 20, he will have developed a lot and will look a lot better on paper than he already does, and he already looks like a real talent. So that's saying something. Make sure you check out David Martínez. You don't have to have the biggest database to have him in your save. If you can bring him in, you're going to get an absolute gem for a bargain fee that will easily turn into a 20, 30 million pound player once he's been developed. Two high quality players to finish off though. Firstly, Marin Petkov, who is a Bulgarian. Again, they have produced Wonderkids in the past Bulgaria, but there isn't that many this year. But Marin Petkov is one of the standouts, wanted by Juve here, playing currently for Levski Sofia, one of the bigger sides in his home nation of Bulgaria. International experience at the age of 19, 19 with goals as well. You could see why Juve would want him. Playing on the right, cutting in on his left foot, he can cross, he can finish, he can dribble, he can pass, good on the set piece as well, good physically and mentally. He's got loads of player traits as well, 5 in fact for a player that is only 19. He's a real bargain signing for 3 million, could play at a championship level straight away as a starter, I would say, and within some time could definitely become an elite level talent for the Premier League if you can develop him and give him the opportunity to play, because right now, even on paper, he could play at a pretty high level right early on, and that's why he's already a regular starter for Levski Sofia. So give him a chance if you can, get in there before Juventus do, and you'll have a star on your hands. And finally, the man that appears on this list every single year, and it looks like it will be his last year now because he's 20 years of age, soon to be 21, at which point we won't call him a wonder kid anymore. It's Soufiane Muenta of Buriram United, but this year he is on loan in the Belgian divisions for OH Leuven there, and he's going to cost you about £1 million, an international that can play up front, has 4 goals for his international side, brilliant finishing, dribbling, first touch, passing, technique, vision, not at the worst level either to go with, mentally really strong for a player of only 20, and good physicals as well. As far as advanced forwards go, he could be a Premier League level striker in some time. Straight away, could bang in goals in the Championship, I would say. After that, once he develops a little bit, by 23, 24, you will have a brilliant striker, able to score goals at any level really. Obviously, being from Thailand, you don't get many wonder kids from there usually, so very interesting in terms of the player that he is. So check him out in your save, and there you go. There's a full team of obscure wonder kids for you to check out in your save. Let me know your favourites or ones that we've missed in the comments below. Smash a like button if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, and goodbye.